Hello, I'm Asa. I love video games. I'm 43 years old, so not surprisingly, I've been gaming since the days of King's Quest, a game I played a long time ago as a kid on my 286. I was there when Street Fighter 1 was a niche arcade game you could only play at a 7-Eleven after school. I grew up playing everything from Dragon Warrior to Ninja Gaiden on the NES, from Final Fantasy IV, then known to us as Final Fantasy II, all the way to the SNES's dying days with games like Super Mario RPG and Tetris Attack. That's when Nintendo decided to go more kiddie-friendly, and so I switched to the PlayStation and continued my RPG and strategy game obsession there. I'm sure you get it by now. I've been around games my entire life. They saw me through all sorts of good and bad moments in my life. Today I do most of my gaming on my Switch and on Steam. I never lost the taste for gaming, and I love to try out the plethora of unsung games on Steam made by the same kinds of minds that made the games I loved in yesteryear. This is me. I'm a guy that loves games. I suspect that most gamers, if not all, are more or less like myself. You got that one game series you really like, and then a bunch you probably play every now and then some you probably stay away from entirely. Pretty sure we all play games for the enjoyment, and not because...
But I actually want to talk about something so much more important than Red Dead Online. Sexism in gaming.
Fast forward to today. Meet Frisk. Oh wait, hang on. There we go. Perfect. Okay, Frisk believes all gamers are out to get her. We can't possibly love video games for their awesome theming, their fun and addicting gameplay, because we're good at them, or because we love a character or two in them, because we're enthralled by the story and the setting. Nope! According to Frisk, this is 100% the only reason anyone ever bothers to pick up a controller. Titties. Lots and lots of titties. So this is the image of us gamers that angry little boys like Frisk have to attack. They have no choice because they have nothing else. And moreover, the image that a small and loud group of anti-gamers trying to rain on our parade have tried to make stick since 2012 or so. It's a tired and inaccurate stereotype that all of us are just a bunch of sexist neckbeards that only care about how much TNA there is in a game.
In joining G4, I was ecstatic to be part of something that I grew up watching as a child, but...
Where am I?
We had to rebuild you. Stronger, faster, tougher, lesbionic.
Jamie, you've got to disarm these terrorists. You're the nation's only hope.
No problem. That's what I was made for.
You're outnumbered and outgunned. What are you gonna do?
This.
Every time G4 is brought up in various channels, even in this YouTube channel, we have the chat in front of us, I can see you. Without a doubt, there will be backlash because I'm not as bangable as the previous host.
Listen, Sauron, it's not my fault that your idiotic and lame show that I can't believe people ever tuned into in the first place had scantily clad women jumping into pies, or whatever Olivia Munn is doing here. G4 had nothing to do with gaming or gamers back then, and it has nothing to do with gaming or gamers today. Take up your rage with the producers who made programming explicitly made to appeal to lonely, horny losers back in the day. Sex sells, bitch! And it's painfully obvious now to anyone with eyes that that's what made your stupid show popular back in the day. This shit.
I'm celebrity spokesperson Olivia Munn, and I'm endorsing the only way to natural boob enhancement. Easy Curves. Easy Curves is scientifically proven to enhance bust size with every pump.
But what if my boobs get too big?
As if that could be a problem. But seriously, Easy Curves has a built-in safety measure. When your boobs are big enough, you can't use it anymore. like me. See? Perfect size. Yes, even I, Olivia Munn, needed easy curves. Now, men can't stop looking at me. Hey, boys. My boobs are huge and real.
Buy Easy Curves, and Olivia will keep using it and sending you pictures of her progress.
You don't get to blame gamers for that. We're not all a bunch of walking erections like you seem to believe, Frisk. Hell, gaming today is more of an Easter egg hunt than ever. I have to dig around and wade through all the shit in order to find the gems that don't pander to your unnaturally baraka-mouthed freaks like you. If your ratings are tanking, it's because you got nothing interesting to say, nothing new to present, nothing worth watching, and worst of all, you're an angry, ugly, demon-toothed harpy who is clearly always a swipe left on Tinder. That's not our fault. Get angry at your parents' genetics for producing in you an unappealing, snaggle-toothed harridan. Not at us for enjoying the games we love and not giving you the time of day. No one in the history of ever has catcalled you, nor will they ever. You never have to worry about that.
No one would pay to see you perform.
I know a lot of people who'd pay at least a tenner to see me.
I know a lot of people who pay not to hear you.
It's somehow...
Talk to him, Frost!
It has somehow been expected that you can talk about how much you jerked off to women as a compliment.
Okay, who would be dumb enough to say something so remotely stupid? I submit to you that anyone who goes, I used to slap my sausage to Olivia Munn back in the day, is a loser, and if they were to publicly admit to it, they would be rightfully labeled as a loser. It just doesn't happen, Frisk. This is a made-up strawman that you assholes have been attacking for years, and frankly, we're all a little weary of you crying wolf by now. Or braying wolf in your case.
It's not a compliment.
It's weird.
It's dehumanizing, and it's weird. Women do not exist to be nice on the eyes for you. Morgan Webb, Olivia Munn did not exist to be nice on the eyes for you. Morgan Webb, Olivia Munn did not exist to be nice on the eyes for
You know. The only reason you brought up Olivia Munn and Morgan Webb is because you're jealous of both of them and their ability to draw a crowd, and your inability to do likewise. Guaranteed 100% you would be enjoying the viewership of those exact same horny, lonely losers that you appealed to back in the day if they were interested in you enough to tune in and pretend to listen to whatever inane shit you're saying. Sorry, bitch. You don't got it.
Hey, she cooking, y'all.
And that's just obvious sexism. You don't need to explicitly objectify women or declare that you hate women to be sexist. Our reviews are written and produced by a team of people. There are too many games for one person to shoulder the burden. So we divide and conquer. And when we use language like we or I, that's the reviewer. That's coming from the mouth and experience of the reviewer reading that review.
Ah, there it is. Good that you admit that you don't do anything but read a teleprompter. We know, Frisk, you're completely ignorant of video games, its fanbase, and its history. And it's painfully obvious to us that you have an agenda, not an actual love for these games. Moving along.
If you don't like it, don't watch it. Peace!
Hey, I gotta back you up.
I agree, Frisk. Enjoy your 15 seconds of fame for pissing off the only possible audience you could have possibly cultivated, because they will inevitably be your last. No one gives a shit about you. No one ever will. The only way us ugly people ever get attention is by being interesting, deep, or funny. You are none of those things, so it's probably time for you to get off that high horse of yours and recognize your sad, pathetic truth for what it is. You're just ugly. That's it. And not even hate views will save G4 in its current state. Hate views can only get you so far. Hell, I didn't even tune in back in the day, and that's when you were all the rage. I was too busy playing the games I loved back in the day, and today, well, today who the hell wants to see this shit?
Join me here in the circle.
Hey. Hey. Hey, you okay? Yeah.
What the hell is this? No one wants to watch boring-ass people act out a pre-scripted D&D session wearing half-assed cosplay. I shit you not. They genuinely think this crap here is gonna draw eyeballs to their channel. You gotta be shitting me, G4. I mean, what the fuck is this? How the hell is this in any way going to top this? Sorry, guys, you guys have conceptually shot yourself in the balls. I could say that G4 used to be better, but nah, you were always this boring. Only back then, you eked on by thanks to the very same sex appeal that you're complaining about today. That's what made you. How hypocritical can you get, G4? Adam Senseless is probably drinking himself into a stupor when he finally realizes that the only reason G4 ever got any viewership is because of Olivia Munn and Morgan Webb, and not because he's a particularly interesting person himself. Your rant is reflective of his own frustrations. That's why he clapped like a fucking trained seal when you opened your never-touched-by-Colgate bulldozer-like jaw, bitch. Now shut the fuck up and let us play our games in peace, will ya? As for this tired sexism and gaming bullshit you've been desperately trying to shove down people's throats for well over a decade now, you remember that King's Quest game I told you about in the beginning that I played back when I was a kid way back in the 80s? Yeah, that game, it was produced by the immortal Roberta Williams. A woman made one of my favorite childhood games, and I thank her for it. How's that for a twist? The only thing women ever need to succeed in gaming is to make kick-ass games and stop complaining about the lack of representation. Peace out, bitch!
Thinking that I'm somehow ruining your current X-Play experience because you can't objectify me how you previously did to Morgan, or that I'm somehow less qualified to speak on something, but you can't quite put your finger on why, even though I'm reading the exact same script as Adam, but you have no problem with he's part of it. You're letting your unconscious biases ruin my day, and you're gatekeeping the gaming space. So maybe for 2022, we be a bit nicer, a bit more self-reflective, and we enjoy the fact that people are working hard to make free content for you.
Well, let's finish this up. Let me answer you in turn, Frosk. First of all, G4 objectified those women. They knew what they were doing, and both of them were happily complicit in their own objectification. Shut the fuck up. Second, you're ruining my day when you claim that all gaming and all gamers are sexist, and all you can produce is accusations. I don't want some Microsoft shill who admittedly gets her shit written for her by even more ignorant people than herself, all with the same anti-gaming agenda to tell me that they hate me for existing. You're a dime a dozen, and you're going in the trash where you fucking belong. How about in 2022, you zip it and leave us be? We will happily go on ignoring you. Oh, by the way, my content is also free, and you don't hear me bitching about who's watching and who isn't. You want to see more? Give me a hell yeah. Till next time, you thirsty fucks.
Hi guys, I just want to talk to you guys about advertisements for a second. I've put this video up on YouTube instead of Blip so that the maximum amount of people can see it without having to see an advertisement first.
And well, because you'd have to have a lot of nerve to charge ad revenue in a video complaining about how you're being denied ad revenue.
Lately, many people have been using ad blockers that prevent them from seeing the advertisements in Blip videos, including my own.
So few people actually do this, it's not even worth making a video about it. But clearly your popularity has dwindled to the point where you're looking desperately for any logical explanation as to why you're not making enough money to keep the light on these days. Hint, people are not using adblocker to hurt you, they're doing it to protect their computer or simply because they hate seeing ads.
Furthermore, those of you who use ad blockers may have seen this message pop up, making you wait 90 seconds for our content to begin. And furthermore, several people are upset about this. As such, let's talk for a second about why the ads are there and why I need you guys to see the ads.
Now I want you to remember his wording here, folks, because he is going to contradict this later on. He clearly said he needs you to see his ads, in his usual pompous tone, of course, like we somehow owe him a living. He could be harvesting beans or slaving away at an office or something like an honorable day laborer, but alas, he chose the profession of pay me to bitch about comics. How dare we use ad blocker?
Here's the thing. Atop the Fourth Wall, History of Power Rangers, all the videos I produce.
You know, those videos you most likely ignore on thatguywiththeglasses.com while you're waiting for Nostalgia Critic's next episode to come up.
This is my day job. I have no other job except for producing the videos.
Here's a recommendation. Get a sustainable job then. It's easy. They're called want ads. Use your dwindling online video profits as supplemental income and be happy for what you get while working somewhere offline. Sounds like a simple solution, don't it?
This is how I pay my bills. This is not a hobby for me. It would take too much time for me to produce the videos and work a 9 to 5.
Yet there are those of us who manage. I have a part-time job, I make videos, and I tutor people in Spanish for money. And I have 2 kids to take care of. It offends me that there are self-entitled people such as yourself who claim they cannot do this. Why? Is it because you're not qualified to flip a burger? Or do you just feel like you're above it? Linkara, you strike me as a particularly arrogant person, and I never heard anyone pointing to the contrary. Long story short, your viewers are a privilege. They don't owe you a living. Don't pretend like they do simply because some of them actually enjoy your crap.
I just couldn't do it. Now that's not the same case for all producers on Channel Awesome, but it is the case for several of us. And the companies that sell advertising can tell when people use ad blockers. As such, when it happens, it's counted as the ad not being seen, and thus money is lost.
No, money is not lost. You simply don't get the cent for the view. Big whoop. And the ad people live on, and so do you.
I'm not going to ask you to completely remove the ad blockers. I get why people use them. However, most ad blockers have the option to whitelist the site.
Oh, that's rich. Deny other people their ad revenue, but not you because you're special. Why should we whitelist your videos? Because you aren't making any money? This is ludicrous. If you get why people use ad blockers, you wouldn't be begging them to not apply them to your content.
If you don't know what whitelisting is, and I know that there are people who don't, many have asked me on Twitter about it.
What is that? You gonna pimp slap someone? That has got to be the most forced, secret gesture that I've ever seen.
That means you let specific sites have ads on them while still blocking everything else. Now, I also know some people have responses to that. Some people say they've tried to disable the ads for Blip, but the ads somehow freeze the video or cause everything to crash. That's fine. I understand that. You are the exception. However, I would encourage you to try to hunt down the problem, update your drivers, and etc., because that really shouldn't be happening.
Hunt down the problem? What problem? Ads aren't showing up in my videos. Shit, I need to figure out why. This is your problem, Uncle Linky, not your viewers. I like how condescending you are to your viewers. I guess your viewers like being talked down to. No wonder you've dropped in ad revenue. You treat your audience like they're walking pennies.
I know that the ads can be repetitive. Part of the problem is that a lot of companies don't trust online advertising. Partially because of ad blocks. Thus, less advertising is sold and there's less variety. However, there are ways around that. 1. You can mute the ad. That way the ad is still counted as viewed. You can mute it for 30 seconds, check your email, check another tab, or whatever.
Aha! So you don't want people to watch the ad. You just want them to leave it on and go do something else while they wait for your video to pop up so you can make money. And later on, you're gonna claim that people don't respect you because they keep ad block on to watch your crap. How about your lack of respect for the people who pay you? You're out and out telling your audience how to help you con ad companies out of pennies by ignoring their ad while enjoying the very benefits of those companies' success. Talk about biting the hand that feeds you. It's clear that it's not the ads you're worried about. It's the money from those ads that you're not getting. That's all you care about, you hypocritical, slimy, smarmy pustule you.
2. The great thing about the progress bar on streaming video is that you can skip ahead to the mid-roll ad whenever you want. Just do that after the first ad, just play it right away, then go back to the very beginning and you can watch the rest of the video ad-free.
Actually, that doesn't work. That'll just make the video reload and you get to watch the ad again. Congrats, you just made Uncle Linky another half-penny.
Now, some people have said that they have disabled ad block or whitelisted a site, but they still don't see any ads. Well, there are a few reasons for that. Advertising is region-specific. That means that advertising is usually only played in the United States or the UK.
That has got to be the dumbest thing I've ever heard. I lived in Germany for 3 years, and I remember seeing tons of ads online there. This is wrong. This is incredibly, non-educatingly, brain-numbingly wrong. The only thing region-specific about ads is the language they're set in. No wonder you're not qualified to flip a burger, Linky. You haven't the proper education. So don't get a job, get an education, then get a job, you fat, pompous leech.
Do I think that there are untapped markets elsewhere? Oh, hell yes. However, I'm not in charge of that. And for any other reason why the ad is still not showing up for you, well, you did what you could to try to support me, and for that, I appreciate it nonetheless.
To support you. You. That's the bottom line, isn't it? This is what offends me about your video. You seem to think the world revolves around you. I encourage everyone to use more ad blocker. Let's force the ad companies to do it differently and less intrusively. I mean, Linky here doesn't hold back. The man puts an ad in front of the video, one in the middle, one at the end of the video, a little pop-up every few seconds. It gets obnoxious, and the bottom line is that you'd get more ad revenue with less ads if you had something that truly attracted a viewership. Let ad companies create a system that we can all live with and that everyone, even the nobodies like me and Uncle Linky, can make cash with. That'll be a project I'll gladly back.
Some people have told me that they do not wish to support a product that they don't feel is worth the time sitting through the advertisement for. In other words, they didn't like the video. And for that, well, okay, that's your opinion if the video is not any good. But that's basically saying that you have no respect for me or my efforts to entertain you.
Just like you have no respect for people who pay for their own internet and computers and wish to enjoy their online access in the manner of their own choosing. Or how you have no respect for the people who pay you to put ads in your videos. You have no respect for anyone! I remember in That Guy with the Glasses forum, some asshole named Batdan was insulting me and saying the worst diatribes about me, and you agreed with him, Linkara. You respect no one and nothing. Don't you dare ask people to respect your slimy ass in return. Also, your content blows. I don't watch it, but I encourage people who do to use more ad blocker. The freedom lies in the user. No one owes you a damn thing.
It's a trade-off. In order to watch this video, you watch the ad. The 30 seconds you lost for the ad is really not that much in the grand scheme of things. Especially when you compare it to the amount of advertisements on Hulu, TV, or hell, even trailers for movies.
Trailers are something we watch to see if we're interested in seeing the movie or not. There's merit in those. The reason people stopped watching TV and moved to online entertainment was to get away from ads in the first place. There's an ad in this rant video too, folks, so I encourage you to use ad blocker if it pesters you. I know I would. It's a trade-off. If you like my shit and want to see more, I'll probably end up with more and more viewers and eventually make a few more bucks. If I stagnate and start to drop off the radar of what people want to watch, I'll find my ad money decreasing with or without people using ad blockers. Food for thought?
Still others have said that the current advertising model is unsustainable.
And those people are correct. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here bitching about the 10 guys who actually do have ad blockers on. You know, I bet you most of your viewers don't have ad blockers. You should be making better stuff rather than complaining about people who want to enjoy their internet however they like. And that's the bottom line. I have no kind words for this man. He has no redeeming qualities that I can discern. But that's okay. Not everyone will like everyone. And not everyone will use ad blockers. Till next time, dear viewers, take this however you like.
Hello, dear viewer. Well, it's summertime, and every year around this time, for some odd reason, drama season kicks in. So, last year, as everyone knows, I laughed it up as I watched rival team River Plate get relegated to the Argentine B-League. This year, my own beloved team is 2 games away from relegation themselves after a humiliating defeat today. It's pretty disheartening, and yes, now I'm on the receiving end of the jeers as a die-hard San Lorenzo fanatic. Oh, and speaking of disheartening... So while I was away taking care of my family for a few weeks while my wife lay in the hospital, guess what happened? Bat Dan, the infamous jerk whose life revolves around 2 things, irate gamers' entire existence, and shoveling dirt on my name in any underhanded way he possibly can, decided to, surprise, surprise, shovel dirt on my name in any underhanded way he possibly could. You'd think that last year's public apology for lying about, the death threats thing would have calmed his vitriol a little. Nope.
Oh yeah, and this time, he decided to take a poke at my family and my cleanliness.
What really makes me sad, though, is that apparently he has a daughter who's probably learning his behavior from him, so she's gonna grow up to be a horrible person, too. The cycle of hatred continues. A sad state of affairs. Oh yes, I know some people legitimately worried for his children. His house is filthy and he curses in front of them all the time.
Very messy home, look at that. Very classy move there, Batty. Bravo. I'm starting to realize that any rumor you hear on the internet that paints me in a negative light is always 100% automatically true in your eyes. There's just no defending me, is there? Well, I've said this once and I'll say it again. You are a liar. You are the scum of the earth, and you are one of the biggest douchebags on the internet. Grow a soul, you meme-regurgitating piece of jerk, you. As bad as I've gotten in my commentaries of the denizens of the internet, I'm sure you can give me credit for one thing, dear viewer. I have never once involved the families of any of the people I've ever commented on online. Frankly, I find it in poor taste, and it has nothing to do with the subject at hand, and it contributes nothing to an argument. So, why do people do it? And for that matter, why do you have a readership, you piece of jerk, you? Why do people like your stuff? I don't get it. You have one subject and it's the most lame, redundant thing ever. This is the problem with the internet community, the commentary community at large, is that they tend to attack the person and not the problem. And Bat Dan is one of the worst offenders of this.
Oh, but it gets better. The guy who originally supplied Bat Dan with one of the many falsehoods about my person that are currently roaming the web, namely Hardcore Kid, who claimed that I'd sent him death threats in an attempt to curry favor and sympathy with the internet at large, he decided to make money by attempting to take me down again. Want to take a look at the state of commentaries online today? Get comfortable.
So, who do we have headlining the great takedown of internet nobody, Asalieri? Surely the greatest riffers in the land have all decided to finally come together to sock it to that jerk who dares question the fishy tactics employed by the internet reviewing community at large, right? Right? What the hell is that?
Greetings. I am the cartoon hero because with great nostalgia comes great responsibility.
What the... I'm hard-pressed to find a more ridiculous way to appear on camera. I've appeared shirtless on camera and wearing a friggin' ladder, and I've managed to look more dignified than you. A towel as a cape? Captain Underpants is gonna riff on me? Really?
I suppose I should counter with something as equally ridiculous.
I am Fat Loser Man with my shield of justice and my dice bag of killing. I'm gonna throw my D20 at the losers online. Yeah, Fat Loser Man, shield of justice.
Greetings, salutations, and chlamydia to everyone watching.
A little child whose balls haven't dropped yet? What? Movie Bob? No, he looks like Movie Bob, but Movie Bob, to his credit, can actually enunciate and complete a thought without awkward pauses. And he has a better camera. It can't be him.
I'm here. I'm weird. And for those who may despise me, you better get used to it.
You're here, you're queer, and we'd better get used to making fun of you? Well, you're not exactly the pinnacle of self-confidence there, I see. Is this for real?
And finally, from the deep, dark part of South Carolina, a guy who's an expert on riffing bad video game reviews with his I Can't Believe It's Not AVGN series, making his first ever on-screen appearance, DL
Abawaku? Wow, he finally had the balls to appear on camera? I can see now why he wouldn't before. I mean, he has George Wood jowls and a horrible-looking toupee that looks like he carved it out of one of his house pets. And he's wearing tacky shades. Bravo! I mean, if I thought Irate Gamer gave me material for years, your stupid-looking rug alone gives me a lifetime of jokes. Oh, and speaking of tacky shades, this, apparently, is a hardcore kid. As you can see, everything in this image screams, poser! This kid is 19 years old. None of what's on his wall is from his time. Well, maybe this thing, I don't know, I can't make out what it is. But Akira, 1988. Nightmare on Elm Street, 1984. Yeah, I get the feeling he just wants to belong so bad. But he's just such an insufferable fake twat that a lot of people tire of him in seconds. Look at that tacky leather jacket. What's he trying to say? That he's a badass? Pleather and shades do not a badass make, snot-nose. Listen, muscle up or hit the books. Do something worthwhile with your life. Then we'll see a badass. Right now I only see a poser wannabe who thinks the internet is the key to riches. Yeah, just make videos and collect the fame and fortune. Yeah, this guy makes ad revenue on Blip for the miserable excuse of a commentary you're about to hear. Folks, this guy is a dime a dozen. If you can point out one special thing about him, just one, and being an attention-whoring liar doesn't count, then you are a saint.
Look, I'm nothing special myself, but you know what I don't do? I don't bullshit my audience. What you see is what you get. I'm fat. I tell it as I see it. I see no reason to act as someone I'm not. I'm a hothead, yes, but I am capable of reasoning when approached diplomatically.
And you know what? I realize my videos aren't for everyone, so I've actually tried to diversify my channel a bit and not stick to one topic like I have in the past. Unlike the whole of the commentary community, I've at least attempted to evolve. Also, I've not made 1 penny on my videos, nor do I expect to be famous or a millionaire from what I do. Apparently this translates to, well, he must certainly be jealous of everyone who does. No. Other people's success has no bearing on my own. I merely talk about a plethora of topics on my channel for my viewers. That's it. Why, oh, why is this such a crime to you zealots?
Anyhow, there's good ways to deal with criticism, and there's bad ways. This is a good way. This is Movie Bob.
Now, as you can see, Movie Bob is here responding to a query on what he thought of my video on him. The guy is not bothered. He takes a non-personal, humorous jab at me, and it's over. Learn, L-Team. This is how to do it the right way. Now let's take a look at you guys.
Look for Mr. Good Boy. Get your mojo working now. I'll show you how. You can dare to be stupid.
Number 7 is a tie between two internet reviewers, Asalieri and Jay Friedan.
You know, I would love to hear what Jay Friedan has to say about this, considering A, you are using his image to make ad revenue without his express permission to do so, something I know he takes issue with, and I'm sure you do too. And B, you openly call him a douchebag at minute 9:22.
As for Jay Friedan, yeah, he's a douchebag.
Yeah, you tell me to stay classy?
Keep it classy, Asa.
Yeah, you guys combined have about as much class as a guy taking a dump on Old Glory. You guys have no position on which to stand on. You openly insult people without provocation and for no joking purpose.
Asa, you seem to have missed a tiny key word in that statement. Estimated. As in, not the final figure. You moron.
And you make blanket statements based purely on conjecture. Kettle, black, you know the saying.
Asa, I don't want to dislike you.
Oh, is that why you called me a moron? Pretty dishonest there, buddy. Now, notice how this guy reads from his screen. Look at his eyes, look how they move. He doesn't have the key abilities you need to make videos where you appear on screen. That is, either the ability to say things on the fly, or the ability to memorize a script. This guy is so friggin' lazy, he just types it all out and reads it all back to you. How is this entertaining? You have all the charisma of, well, a lame nerd wearing a blanket around his neck and trying to sound smarter than you really are. That is to say, none at all. If you guys are gonna monetize this shit, you should at least have the respect for your audience to at least attempt to give a crap about your presentation. So, what did he actually say in his little rant?
To be sure, you may have started off doing pretty much the exact same thing DLA does, riffing on bad reviews. I can respect that. However, even then, there always seemed to be this air you had in your videos. The attitude that underneath it all you were thinking, I'm better than you are, and I know it. In a comedy video, this can work. But that attitude does not change with all of the other videos you've made since then. It's not just that you're picking on critics that I like and respect. Hell, even I've made fun of the nostalgia critic. But your arrogance has only gotten worse with time. More often than not, I get the feeling that you're not even faking this for the sake of comedy. What vendetta do you have against people who make videos on the internet? It seems a tad hypocritical that essentially you're doing the same thing they are by reviewing them. This seems especially true of the people on That Guy with the Glasses and the AVGN, who you keep trying to dig up dirt on despite most of what you're saying being based on pure conjecture. And the AVGN movie drama has only added more fuel to your fire.
So to summarize, this guy thinks that I am arrogant and that I somehow have a vendetta against ThatGuyWithTheGlasses.com and AVGN. I don't. In fact, as you saw earlier, I haven't made a video on ThatGuyWithTheGlasses.com in over a year. A year, folks!
The entirety of the Asalieri 2 channel has in total one video on Linkara, and it wasn't even made by me! That disproves the notion that I somehow have something against them. Hell, I was so sick of the accusations made against me by their fanboys that I made a New Year's resolution to stay the hell away from that website. I broke it when someone linked me to that vitriolic comment made on the site by Batdan, but I haven't made videos about them in over a year, and I intend to keep it that way, because I know their fans are insanely defensive and unreasonable. Their responses to Sam's video should clue you into this fact. Yeah, everyone who has an audience on the internet has crazy fans. Sure, but the sheer numbers on that website make it so that there are also, in turn, more crazy fans per capita than anyone else.
When rumors began flying around that James Rolfe was scamming people out of their money in order to make a film, Asa would throw his lot in with the drama.
No, I made one single solitary video where I told people I believed that AVGN's insane budget of $425,000 pulled straight from its fans, an outrageous sum as it is, no matter how you slice it, plus ad revenue from a number of years, plus endorsements from other websites from a number of years, plus sales of his DVDs, plus sales of his plushies, plus sales of his t-shirts, plus all donation drives made before the donation drive and after the donation drive, all bunched up together, were not going to be reflected in the final product. That was all I was telling people. Now, the problem is his legion of crazies, of course, his reactionary crazies, came and attacked me for having this opinion, because how dare I question the fact that he made unreasonable donation drive after unreasonable donation drive? Of course, this is unheard of, right? In short, the problem I have is that his fans never cede an inch. They are very unreasonable, very vitriolic, and they just disgust me, period.
AVGN's fanbase as a whole seems to practice hatred in the extreme as of late. Once the fandom starts treating those with opposing opinions with respect and tolerance, they can expect the same in return. In the meantime, keep hating on Chris Bors for doing the exact same things your idols do. That certainly shows how reasonable and fair you guys are.
I ain't buying it, and with good reason. First off, IMDb is basically the Wikipedia of movies. If something is even rumored, it gets a page. Secondly, did you even look past the budget portion? The page lists Will Ferrell as the executive producer. Yes, Will Ferrell. How'd James get him with $300,000?
My God, that video was made in early April. It is now early June, and you guys are still bitching about that video. How's that for being behind on the times, folks? Anyhow, what you're complaining about right now was already addressed in the actual comment section of that video. But to sum up, that budget was posted by AVGN's camp. They never publicly denied that budget. They publicly denied the Will Ferrell thing, however. And yeah, I still believe he's not going to use every penny that he took in towards making that movie. No, you shouldn't care that I don't believe he's going to use every penny towards that movie. Frankly, it's my opinion. You should have yours. And yes, I still believe that AVGN's fanboys are, for my money, some of the worst people I've ever had the displeasure of having to deal with because of their vitriolic hatred towards anybody who doesn't agree with them. And yes, I'm still going to watch the movie and record a reaction to it. Those of you who hate me should probably not watch it. That will make the internet a better place, don't you believe?
And let's not get started on that piss-poor parody you made of Kick-Assia. I actually like that special, but I can admit that it has its flaws.
Oh, you can? Is that why you're fervently attacking people who don't think it was all that great?
Isn't the whole point of parodying something to show that you can do it better than they can while making fun of it?
No, the point of parody is to just take something and make fun of it. That's it.
And halfway through the video, you just jump into a random review? The review may have been okay, but why the fuck is this here?
I thought you said you weren't going to get started on our piss-poor video. Had second thoughts? Yes, we thought it would be interesting to stick a review in there for fun, as an ironic thing. You know, we decided to make the review as non-silly as possible as a stark contrast to how, quote-unquote, stupid our two main characters happen to be. That is to say that these two dunderheads were dumb, but put together they inexplicably review something decently. Glad you were only paying attention to the title of our video and not what was actually going on in the video.
And it really shows that your movie has credibility when not only the Game Dude, but Helsing 920 appear in it. Keep it classy, Asa.
Huh. I thought Game Dude being in my video after us being at each other's throats on YouTube for so long was a testament to how easy it is to actually get along with me. And I don't see how credibility factors into a 12-minute film about two guys being silly on camera. How do you figure credibility even matters here? We're not trying to make anybody believe anything. Congratulations, you missed the point entirely.
Oh, and speaking of fanboys...
We weren't speaking of fanboys just now, but okay, interrupt away, poser kid.
An impartial way possible. His fanboys are batshit insane.
Whoa, dude, if you're gonna make a point, stop the darn thing so we can read clear examples that support your claim. Randomly scrolling through comments does not automatically prove your point. Again, you guys are lazy as hell and you don't put any effort into your arguments or your videos for that matter. This is why I have zero respect for you.
If this is the kind of people you're influencing, that doesn't make you a good reviewer. It makes you an asshole.
So my viewers are what makes me an asshole? Well then by that logic, that guy with the glasses, AVGN, and indeed anybody with any amount of fans is also an asshole. You see how this makes no sense? It seems like you're using this as an excuse to just lob cheap insults at me.
So far, you guys together have yet to do anything but complain about my existence rather than actually riff on or make jokes about me, which would have been easier to sit through and more fun to watch. Y'all are just mad as hell that I make videos you dislike, and you want the world to know. That's all I'm getting from this.
Asalieri does seem like an intelligent bloke, but he's the type of guy who gains enemies fast because he tells it like it is.
Yeah, that's the long and short of it. And ostensibly, that's how I ended up on your video.
Since then, he's a sworn enemy of those behind that guy with the glasses, Reviewtopia, the irate gamer, the angry video game nerd, and many internet reviewers in general. It appears that the guy has a hint of jealousy over the fact that he got rejected for being too much of a dick.
There's that jealousy argument again. Who rejected me, dude? Reviewtopia? I mean... Why don't you substantiate your argument? Do your homework, guys. I'm a video maker, although a humble one. I have a very limited but appreciative audience. I do this thing for fun, as a hobby pretty much. I don't expect greatness, and I don't expect to make millions of dollars on my channel. I don't expect to be famous or anything. I don't believe I'm better than anyone. I just make videos for fun and give my opinion out there to the 3 or 4 dudes who'll listen to me. Does this automatically make me jealous of people who get handed $500,000 for saying shit and fuck a lot? No. I mean, are you jealous of the fact that I have more viewers than you do? Of course not. It's a ridiculous cop-out argument that lazy people use to not have to think.
My problem with Asalieri is not that he dislikes what I like. My problem is his attitude and the execution of how he makes fun of it. Again, I know several people who like his videos, and that's perfectly fine. But as for me, I can't stomach them.
And you show as your example my parody of the food reviewer. So what you're saying is that you don't like my ridiculous, exaggerated parodies of some people, so therefore I must be an asshole, and I must think I'm better than other people as a result? Why don't you practice the tolerance you demand from me? I mean, I've been pretty tame. I'd hate to see what you think of some people who really do hate online. Anyhow, that's all these guys had to say about me. Sorry about the length of this video, dear viewer. Usually I keep it to around 10 minutes or so. This time, I guess I had a lot to say. Hey, any of you remember that one reviewer back in the day who popularized the whole angry reviewing fad back when it was still fresh? Oh, those were the days. Back then we had horse-drawn carriages and silent film and the telegraph and the printing press. Not this fancy iPhone shit you kids have today. Anyhow, as many of you know, several people saw how successful he was and tried to do the same shtick, only to be labeled as imitators or plagiarists or just plain sad. Now, one of these old-timey bandwagon jumpers got completely forgotten by time and overlooked by people, even back in the day.
Hidden in a remote part of YouTube where only a few intrepid viewers may wander, Filmin' Stuff is your run-of-the-mill, low-key, old-timey bargain bin AVGN. A guy who's been reviewing games since the AVGN boom, and who hasn't evolved from that shtick, like a Neanderthal preserved in ice, here to be examined and studied, in hopes of never repeating his tragic tale. Here is his entire video output since the days of Shitload of Fuck, and as you can see, he's still at it. Have his reviews changed? Has he improved? Has he gotten better? The short answer is no. The long answer is the rest of this episode, so sit tight and enjoy the comedy stylings of AVGN Zero. I mean AVGN Light. I mean Diet AVGN. I mean AVG Not. I mean Joke-Free AVGN. I mean Filmin' Stuff. So, Filmin' Stuff has 4 mainstay shows on his channel. His periodic reviews, where he complains about video games. Stupid Boss Battles, where he complains about boss battles he dislikes. Levels from Hell, where he complains about levels he dislikes. And Stupid Moments in Gaming, where he just complains. Every video this guy makes starts with the exact same disclaimer. Warning, the following video contains profanity used in a humorous context. Viewers' discretion is advised. This disclaimer is creatively, quote-unquote, presented in various different Microsoft Movie Maker ways so as to remind you that you're watching a brand new episode. You might not be able to tell the difference otherwise. Alright, so there's swearing on his show. Big fucking deal. I swear all the shitty fucking time. But to say that the swearing on his show is contrived and forced would be a massive fucking understatement.
Fucking Steven Seagal. I wonder what direct-to-video turd he's gonna shit out next week. Probably fat, over-the-hill fuck who can't fucking act and is trying to salvage what little is left of his dignity. And while I'm at it, fuck Steven Seagal's movies.
Jeez!
At this rate, they may as well have called him Twat Man. Yeah, he could run around shooting vaginas with metal teeth. And it's so easy to avoid because he takes for fucking ever to come at you. You could get a bagel and a blowjob in the time it takes him to move. The top spin. Yes, this piece of crap attack that makes Mega Man look like a gay, autistic ballerina.
Jeez! So yeah, as you can see, this guy is the very picture and living statue of class. Wait a minute. The nasal voice, the accent, the swearing. This guy reminds me of someone.
But Foulmouth has just one little problem.
Come on, I spilled fucking cocaine all over my fucking bananas.
Did I say little problem?
And really, the profanity wouldn't be such a big deal if you actually used it in a humorous context like you advertised, rather than just saying the word fuck over and over again because you think the word sounds funny in any context.
Dead ringer for Shinobi. What the? What, am I gonna strangle this guy or fuck him? Or both? I don't know. Loosen up, man. Where is your boss? Oh yeah, like he's just gonna tell me, sure. Right. I don't know. I don't give a shit. Let's just keep playing. Jesus, this is one fucked up game. Oh god, this music is driving me nuts. What is it about ninja games? Can anyone just make good music for ninja games? Oh, that's it. I'm just gonna fucking mute the damn thing.
Yeah, was that humorous? Or was that just saying whatever shit you could say because you had nothing clever to say, so you had to cover it up with shits and fucks and pretend it was supposed to be funny? Alright, so if you can power past the gratuitous swearing, is there actually a review in there somewhere? Does this guy make valid observations or not?
Why not review some box art while I'm at it? I mean, after all, if the box art ain't good, then you're not gonna buy the game, much less play it.
Go for it. Let's hear your expert opinion, buddy.
What are my thoughts on it? This is some of the worst fucking box art I've ever seen for a game.
Okay, granted the box art looks like it was drawn on the cheap with colored pencils. Give me your main reason it's the worst, absolute worst box art ever.
For one thing, what is the game about? Judging from this cover art, I don't have the foggiest fucking clue. There's all this shit on the box. There's this kid, alright, he's a guy, but there's this one guy, and there's a bigger guy behind him, and a dinosaur, and a robot, and a skull, and a pair of eyes. What the fuck is this game about? For one thing, what is the game about? Judging from this cover art, I don't have the foggiest fucking clue. There's all this shit on the box. There's this kid, alright, he's a guy, but there's this one guy, and there's a bigger guy behind him, and a dinosaur, and a robot, and a skull, and a pair of eyes. What the fuck is this game about?
For one thing, what's this game about? There's this dude and this thing and this sword and this chick and these flames. What the fuck is this game about?
Yeah, I hope I've illustrated how generic and applicable to nearly everything your complaint really was. You have no observational skills. Your inability to see the real issues with that which you are reviewing is one of the main reasons you suck as a reviewer. You have all the observational skills of a bat in a coma.
Basically, this boils down to a battle of attrition. And the best strategy is the simplest one. You run up and stab the fucking shit out of him until he's dead. I'm serious. Do that and you'll win. You can use your special weapons if you want to, but they really don't help all that much.
Oh, they don't? Damn it. Well, let me put your theory to the test anyway, just so we can cover all the possibilities, alright? Yep, that didn't help at all. All it did was obliterate the guy without me taking any Oh.
It's a whole lot easier to just run up and stab him to death.
Well, which did you, the viewer at home, find easier looking? Running up and stabbing it, or just fucking obliterating it? Alrighty then, so we've established that his cursing is gratuitous, his critical thinking skills are a bit lacking, his observation is poor, and he can't beat Malth from Ninja Gaiden 1 without absolutely throwing himself at the guy and almost dying. But has this guy improved as a reviewer since his humble beginnings in 2008? I'm going to show you one of his earliest reviews, and well, for him it's par for the course to choose easy targets. He always has. He makes sure to go for the most obscure and likely to suck old-timey titles he can possibly find, to the point where his latest reviews have him playing Commodore 64 and MSX games. He's going the distance looking for the lowest hanging fruit he can possibly shout fuck and shit at for 7 minutes on end, and come on, it's not like it's on every gamer's bucket list to play, say, Miami Vice for DOS or Fright Night for the Amiga, is it? Did I miss that secret gamer meeting where all these obscure titles suddenly became all the rage? But I digress. Let's take a look at one of his oldest reviews, and then one of his newest, and you tell me if you can see the change that happened in 6 years of his show.
A good game should be like a good steak. You should be able to put it in your mouth, masturbate it, let the juices roll around your tongue, and enjoy every single bite. However, Time Lord is not like a good steak, and it sure as hell isn't a good game. In fact, if there was ever a jail for bad games, I hope somebody would encastrate it there.
Okay, I get it. This guy is actually trying to use the wrong words in order to try to sound funnier. Wow! Even as a parody of bad reviews, this falls flat on its face. That means it's neither funny as a straight review, nor funny as a parody of bad reviews. That's sad. Literally, all this is a guy desperately searching for shock value. And that's this entire review. Here's more of it.
Your mission, should you choose to give a shit.
Line?
Okay, so here's the first stage. Ooh, red, that's a nice color choice. Look at this guy. He's running, he's hopping, and he's fucking...
He's hacking and whacking and smacking. He's hacking and smacking and whacking. Hack, smack, chopping that meat.
Your fucking head in. Stop shooting me, you fucking poofballs, you fucking bastard.
At least you're honest about how crappy your accent is.
So let me get this straight. In the first level, you collect balls, punch frisbees, and do river dance. Yep, that works for me. Oh, and I love this...
that jump cut was all him, not me.
He's just swallowed a bunch of glow sticks. That's nice. Luca Brasi sleeps with the fishes. Oh, apparently frisbees are no match for the power of river dance.
That contrived river dance joke sucked the first 3 times, and... yep, still sucks now.
Let's go travel back through time. Ooh, time travel gives me such a tingling feeling all over. Woohoo!
Okay then, so that's his 2008 standard. I think I've had my fill.
Ooh, England. The Middle Ages. Well, I hope our protagonist is flatulent Middle English, because he's gonna need it. Oh, what's that word where somebody can speak multiple languages? Oh yeah, analingus. I hope our protagonist is very analingual. So let's get to the gameplay. Ooh, more Riverdance.
What is it with you and Riverdance, dude? Get over it already.
Oh, magic mushrooms. Ooh, maybe I can take them and get high.
Okay. I tap, tap, tap. Once you get to the lazy drug references that anybody can do because they're so fucking easy to make, yeah, that's it. Show me your modern stuff, will ya?
The cats and enemies are so fucking retarded that all they do is go back and forth like they're on crack.
Oh, come on! Is that the only joke you have in your repertoire? Blank is like blank on crack. You know that's the ultimate in unfunny comedy, right? That is the one joke you can tell that'll prove to people beyond a shadow of a doubt that you are the least creative person at least for 120 miles around. Word to the wise, if you're ending your jokes with like crack, then you are boring the shit out of everyone around you and you need to stop. That was filming stuff. Till next time, dear viewer, I'm done.
Hello, dear viewer. You know what? Today I had an epiphany. I don't need to have any talent or be special in any way or even know jack shit about any subject at all in order to be a good reviewer on YouTube. All I need to do is find the most ridiculous fucking wig I can find, rasp my voice up a little, wave my arms around a lot, put an avocado down my pants, and dress in similarly colored looking random crap I find around the house. The shittier and cheaper looking, the better. And I could be a YouTube sensation. Hollywood, why aren't you returning my calls? Anyhow. Yeah. Today's subject is sour apple. So, you're probably wondering, just who the hell is this sour apple guy anyway? To be honest, I still don't know, even after my viewers asked me to check him out.
Alright, so here's his channel, and what the hell is that thing? Is that supposed to be Oscar the Grouch's heart ripped right out of his chest? Is it a digested Pac-Man seen from the inside of the ghosts via X-ray? Is it one of Incredible Hulk's testicles? No, sadly, this is his logo. I guess he must have asked a kindergartner to draw Slimer hawking a loogie for him, and this is what he got. But I digress. This extremely popular reviewer rivals NC-17's numbers, as you can see here. And what does he review? Well, it's in the lyrics to his very memorable and catchy theme song that he himself wrote.
Review anything, freedom to criticize. Review anything, freedom to criticize. Review anything, doesn't matter what it is. Make your opinion heard. Even if you sound absurd, keep away from the octopus tentacles.
Yeah, here I am, buying the MP3. Wait, you say you don't like his theme song? Well, after only a month of being in business, he changed it to his new and improved theme.
Freedom to criticize, make your opinions heard. Even if you sound absurd, review anything, no matter what it is.
Yeah, here I am, buying the MP3. And now that he's been doing his show for a whopping 4 months so far, he already wants you to make his next theme song.
Hello, chums! It's me, Sour Apple, the host of the View Anything. And I need your help. I would like a new theme song now and again. I don't want to have the same theme song all the time. So, I would like you to try out a theme song for me.
Hello again. It's me, guy you've never heard of, host of Show You Never Watch. Now, of course you've never heard of me, but I want you to make music for me. Because clearly I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I suck at it, and I'm lazy, and I want you to make music for me. Capiche?
That's right. What I'd like you to do is do a video response of a song that uses the lyrics of Review Anything.
What lyrics? I want to review octopus tentacles. Ah, fuck it. I could review octopus tentacles, cause I have the freedom to review. Give me a break. Meaningful lyrics.
And it'll be judged by musicians, music students, and myself.
Dude, smoking notes. Come on! You and your tone-deaf buddies who couldn't make your own theme song think you have the capacity to judge others on musical ability? Holy crap, you guys are arrogant.
And then that song will play at the opening of future episodes of Review Anything. So grab your keyboards, slap that bass, and show me what you got.
Show me what you got! Dude, who do you think you are, Elton John? If anyone submits an entry for your contest, I will personally recreate the Pony Island song so many of my viewers seem to want. I guess he's hosting this contest because he realized, much like anyone with ears does, that his songs so far are, well, they're like a kid does with their birthday cake. They blow. But enough of ripping on this guy's sense of self-importance and his music. What kind of knowledge does this guy bring to the table?
Exploitation film also inspired the marketing and artistic approach to later mainstream efforts. In fact, it's a popular craze right now in Hollywood for them to recreate the aesthetics of exploitation films.
So, because Quentin Tarantino has a hard-on for old 70s B-movies, suddenly it's an extremely popular thing in Hollywood to recreate this specific style? Exploitation film is technically anything low-budget that relies heavily on its gimmick. And not just the style, it's a broad term. You should be more specific with your examples.
Exploitation filmmaking is part of cinema history. Without exploitation film, people today most likely would be too shy to direct a scene with sexual nature or a scene full of graphic violence.
Yeah, any director worth their salt would have realized eventually that it would put asses in seats to apply these ideas to their movies. It's not like it was some awesome invention that might never have seen the light of day that some avant-garde genius B-film directors came up with suddenly. Your entire intro to your Game of Death video is nothing but a bunch of hot air that sounds like there's a point to that until you actually study what's being said. So he sounds like he wants to come off as a guy who has a new and keen view on film, but like many reviewers out there permeating YouTube, he's just another dude in a cheesy costume who saw the potential internet dollars that this awesome reviewing idea could bring him, and he said to himself, "Hey, I can do that too." Now, I also want to address his gimmick real quick. Now, this is a completely not random thing here, I'm sure you realize. He clearly has a preference for reviews of TV cartoons, as you can see from this list I compiled of all his episodes thus far. Yeah, he reviewed a movie once or twice, but the emphasis has mostly been on cartoons. His review-o-matic gimmick is just there really for show. You want to know what would have been a better way to prove you really do review anything? Well, how about this idea?
Hello, insignificant retarded reviewer here again. Now, as you know, I asked all 3 of my viewers to give me 10 topics that I could choose at random to talk about in my next review. Now, these were the 10 topics you chose as per my instructions. Alright, so these were the top 10 topics that were left in my comics. Casio keyboards, my cholecystectomy, the recent play I was in, Melatonin, Angry Birds coloring books, This Dead Squirrel, Potty Training DVDs, Kellogg's Low Fat Granola, RPG Dice, and Graham Cracker. Graham Cracker Crumbs, to be specific. Now, of course, this must be done at random because I review anything. So, we have a deck of cards over here. Now, to ensure that no cheating happens, we are going to mix the cards up nice and well. And now we're going to choose one card, and the highest card wins, and that's what I'm going to review. Cassio has a 10. Cholecystectomy, King, Jack, Melatonin. So far, so good. It looks like I'm going to be talking about my operation. And the winner is my cholecystectomy. Now, okay. I shall now review this one, which was completely chosen at random, as you can see. It was great. End of review.
But of course, you could do it any number of ways. Here's another way you can ensure that your topic is completely random, keeping with the theme of your show. I'm now going to choose which one of Sour Apple's reviews I'm going to delve into, completely at random using an online number randomizer. Unlike Sour Apple, who arbitrarily chooses ahead of time what he's going to review, almost always some cartoon. Okay then, so as you can see, here we have Google. I'm just going to type in random number generator. Generator. Alright, we're just going to go to the one I already use, random.org. And as there are 12 reviews, I'm going to, here, let's give you a clearer view of this thing here. Let's, there we go. Alright. We're going to choose a number from 1 through 12, and then count from up to down. Oh, we get number 2. We're going to review the second one down. There you go. Congratulations. So, because the first two aren't actually reviews, we go to this one right here. Let's click, and I guess we're reviewing his Dinosaurs review. As good as review as any. Reviewer is only as good as any of his reviews, so let's review this one.
Hello, chums, and welcome to Review Anything. I'm your host,
Shitty Costume Man.
Let's hit the review generator and see what we're analyzing today.
Why bother? It's only going to be another TV show. Wake me up when you review, I don't know, Elvis overdoses or something interesting.
Plus tax.
Now, seeing as this thing is a whopping 33 minutes 25 seconds long, I'm going to spare you the intro, which reads like he was paraphrasing Wikipedia anyway, with some Jim Henson ass-kissing there for good measure. Trust me, you won't miss the generic comments one bit.
Jim Henson was a groundbreaking filmmaker that brought puppetry to new levels.
See?
Now, many people have labeled Dinosaurs as a kids' show. Personally, I believe that's not the case. To me, that's a load of poppycock. It's more of a family program.
Huh. I don't remember the mass adult boycotts that surrounded the show. Perhaps you should talk about that instead? This is your show, Sour Apple. Blanket statements and vanilla commentary that drags on for too long. Much too long.
Enough to amuse children.
Puppetry has often been categorized as something made just for children, which is a ludicrous reputation for such a gloriously inventive art form.
Oh god, now you're gonna talk about the grand old art of puppetry and why we should all flog ourselves for it not being on the forefront of popular culture. 4 words, dude. Terry Fader, Jeff Dunham.
Let's first discuss the members of the family. There's Earl, the father and husband of the family. Earl has tendencies to express racist or sexist prejudice. He's a bit dim, has a bad temper, and has a habit of being lazy.
Yikes, this guy just won't shut up. I'm gonna do us all a favor now and cut it right here, right now. In short, this guy never learned to summarize. He talks too much, says too little, and you can find his opinion pretty much anywhere. He's as unique as cornflakes, and that's that.
Now, am I being too harsh? Well, gee, Asa, everything you said sounded really negative. Now, I'd like to stress real quick that I don't hate this guy one bit. I just don't find the appeal to his show. I'm struggling to find exactly who the audience is that this is intended for. That's all.
Film buffs will scoff at his attempts at sounding like he's an edgy, different kind of critic, and general audiences, that is YouTube at large, they'll just be bored. If you want to sit through long and wordy descriptions of each and every minuscule facet of a TV cartoon and intense overanalyzing of each character, you'll love him. I, for one, tuned him out after a few minutes.
Now, this is all just an opinion. I mean, 48 people can't be wrong, can they? Till next time, dear viewer.
Alright, I'm gonna go almost quasi-radio on this one. Time is of the essence, and I'm not gonna go search for too many images for this one. Sorry about that. I don't want to waste too much time on this stupid shit. I see this hashtag fever as hit the faithful, and it's filling a lot of brains with absolute shit. Just a few hours ago, my friend the Gaming Goose posted a frustrated-sounding video wherein he blasts the hashtag WTFU and hashtag Make YouTube Great Again hashtags, as literally thousands of brainwashed thugs have decided to post angry comments on YouTube videos that don't toe the channel awesome party line. Hell, they're already claiming some of us are traitors simply because we disagree with the motives behind the hashtag, the people behind the hashtag, and the hypocrisies behind the hashtag. Alright, so motives. You have Doug Walker going absolutely nuts over fair use on YouTube, and how his poor little Chanley Wanley got taken down for all of, a few hours? Because of some copyright shit? Funny! Doug himself has a history of abusing the YouTube flagging system to take down people who upload clips of his show in whatever context they put it in. Where was their fair use, Doug? Ask your friend AVGN why back in 2011 he had Mike Matei copyright flag me for running a scathing commentary of his show. Doug, you're a hypocrite. You didn't care about this stuff until it hit you in your wallet. When it's anyone else, fuck 'em, that's how you treat 'em. And what's this hashtag supposed to be doing? Raising awareness? Nope. It's just another way for couch potato slacktivists to act like they're actually accomplishing something. Let's all cry and whine over TFS and Doug, guys! Yeah, guys who whine and get their channels pulled for all of a couple of hours, and who, surprise, surprise, all got reinstated. They were too big to fail. But Johnny 2 Subs can go fuck himself. YouTube can't ever be pressured into giving some nobody their channel back. I speak from experience. I was given 3 copyright strikes in 2011. Like many smaller channels, no one shed a tear over me. Look, guys, straight talk. This is about the 3rd or 4th time I'm recommending this. You want YouTube to change? Boycott YouTube. The only way you're going to hurt a multi-million-dollar corporation is to stop using their services. No hashtag is going to make YouTube suddenly employ human beings to run their flagging system, because that would be cost ineffective. YouTube likes the fact that money rolls in without too much money having to roll out. But none of you are going to boycott the site. I recommended this to people in 2011, 2013. I told everybody, boycott YouTube. Well, it's 2016, and yes, boycott YouTube if you want to see YouTube actually change. Otherwise, all you're going to be doing is playing into these big channels' schemes. See, they want you to keep them relevant at a time when their popularity is waning. And what better way to do that than with a feel-good cause they can goad you into believing will have an effect on how things are managed on YouTube. None of these people care for my interest or your interest. They only care about their own bottom line. You're just supporting another corporation. Who cares which one is bigger or which one is smaller? None of them are here to make YouTube better, quote unquote. None of them are going to go to court with Google over this. And well, Google has the best lawyers money can buy. And what do we have? The court of Twitter hashtags? What are you, mental? You want to hit YouTube where it hurts them most? You're going to have to agree to give up your YouTube drug en masse. But you don't want to do that. You love that YouTube drug so much.
No hashtag's going to change diddly squat, alright? Only action can bring about action. Stop buying into what these charlatans are telling you. They're selling you a lemon. And if you could exercise a bit of true critical thinking, you would probably be able to see that.
So, I was just informed that Silent Rob has shut down his channel on YouTube. Is it for good? Potentially. Will he return? Conceivably. But did he go down like a little bitch? That's for certain. Let's read his goodbye letter to the world. For the better part of 18 years, I put my nose to the grindstone, paid my dues, and made thousands of videos, considered by some to be some of the funniest content out there, while my channel got completely buried in the algorithm. I don't know, Rob. You were lazy, you took lots of shortcuts, kind of like I'm doing right now by playing Oregon Trail while I read your surrender notice to the world. You didn't pay anything either. In fact, you owe a lot of people money that you'll never pay back, so the idea of you paying anything to anyone is laughable. Let's continue reading here. As I was making what ultimately became my last video tonight, oh, perish the thought, against a notoriously racist troon we constantly had issues with on FDU, people begged me to get rid of for over a year, and an autistic effing R-word who loved me to the point of wanting to F my B 6 months ago, but now hates me, who sounds like he has a chocolate-covered D for a tongue openly attacking a child. Christ, these run-on sentences are murder. I think Rob just lost the ability to make similes that make sense. This is just sad. As sad as a voyage to Oregon City with you would be for me in 1849, Rob. I sat there and looked around wondering why I'm even bothering. Know what I saw when I looked around? I saw a bunch of damn backstabbers playing both sides like that Muffin Cake's F-word who spent 18 years pointing out random point parts in my vids cause tism, I guess. You know, Rob, that Muffin Cakes guy could have not given you 18 years of viewership. If anything, that proves that he was interested enough in your content that he came back time and time again to show you support. It's not his fault that you now blame your audience for never making it into the big leagues. Why don't you blame your lack of constancy, your erratic behavior online, your constant bridge burning with people trying to help you, etc., etc., etc.? And you certainly don't seem to blame the many drugs you've taken over the years. You know, a little personal responsibility and humility would have done you wonders. And I also saw 46 members, 46 people who bothered to pay the equivalent of a small meal at McDonald's out of the almost 10 million who enjoyed my shit over 18 years. I would contest that number, Rob. You may have gotten a total of 10 million views on your channel as a whole, but I would never believe you ever had an audience of 10 million people. Add in people who like your content so much they watch it multiple times, times when people are showing your videos but they click away. There's no way in hell you've ever had 10 million people watching you. This is just delusional. As delusional as believing that your content is worth paying $8 a month for, when there are just so many free channels that offer everything from animations to actual content that doesn't just involve lazily pointing a camera at your face while you drive around aimlessly listening to Bee Gees. Rob, you are not Mr. Beast. You are not AVGN. Right now, even Minute World's videos are currently more interesting and more fun to watch than yours are. You should really start to evaluate that you're not all that in a bag of chips anymore. No, you really aren't worth a small value meal at McDonald's. By the way, kind of douchey way to minimize the money your viewers have to decide whether to pay you or not. You don't respect the value of $8, clearly. But why would you? You've had people donate you $500 3 times in a row in streams, and you repaid those very people by telling them to suck a dick. You begged David for money over and over again, and you never valued the fact that at one point he was willing to let you shake him down for loose change. You're a scumbag, Rob. An ungrateful scumbag at that.
I sure as fuck didn't see anyone sticking up for me after I stuck up for them for years or took time out of my life to talk these guys down off the edge. Yeah, you charged them money for the privilege, dude. Maybe it would seem like a favor worth repaying if repayment wasn't always measured in dollars as it always seems to be with you. I'm sitting around since 2007 begging for fucking crumbs, never getting one decent opportunity thrown my way in almost 2 decades, and whenever I did try to better my life, most of these fuckers spazzed out. You've been sitting around since 2007 begging. That's where it stops. That's literally the only true statement you made right there. Crumbs? Dude, you've had streams where you won literally hundreds of dollars. The hell are you even talking about? And Muda, you had Muda there to boost your numbers, and you didn't appreciate his contribution. You did nothing but burn bridges and act like you were owed a living. What part of doing fentanyl was supposed to have bettered your life, huh? The only spaz here was you. You wanted to get famous for doing as little as humanly possible. You wanted to be online famous. Now you see that it was never a viable source of income in a space where popularity is key. Thinking you're the hottest ticket on Earth is not the same as actually being the hottest ticket on Earth. The internet at large has spoken. They aren't interested in what you are quite literally trying to sell them. Worse, they now know that it's your one and only driving motivation, and that paying you will only make you buy more drugs. So, that which doesn't guarantee that you'll continue being motivated. You see what the problem is? And then you compare yourself to Spoonie. Dude, you are not Spoonie. He cultivated his audience. He even went to cons, did stand-up for them. At least for a moment, he was putting in the effort. At least in the beginning he was. Well, don't worry, 'cause nobody has to ever deal with me again, both online and soon to be offline too, once I find a dealer with a bag. I've been struggling and getting absolutely effing nowhere with that page for years, when I deserved way effing more than what I was given. You never valued what you were given, Rob. In fact, you bit the hand that fed you multiple times. It's hard for people to root for that. And don't do the suicide-threatening bull crap. That's a bitch move and you know it. It's low, it's cheap, and it's almost on the same level as falsely claiming you have cancer and trying to milk people for the sympathy. Stop it. Get some help. I'm not playing ROMs for the 5th millionth time. Look, there's your problem right there. You won't do what is required for you to continue getting the recognition and money that you are hoping for. You are all take and no give. I've been contemplating killing myself for a while, and these thoughts started creeping into my head. Yearly, then monthly, then weekly, and it's every day now. It might be today, hoped so. Too chicken shit to give him a chance. Silent Rob 2007 to 2025. Dude, that's so bitch-made, bro. Telling people you're gonna unhero yourself, or unalive yourself, as people prefer to say these days, that's pure gaslighting and manipulation bullcrap. I once had a lot more respect for you. Now I don't even want to complete this playthrough on Oregon Trail with you. You make me sick, Rob. Instead, here's my low-effort Suno AI song for you. Wow. So I was about to settle in for the night when I suddenly saw 2 new comments on my latest 2 YouTube videos by Asa's daughter gets train ran over her with AI. I clicked on it to see what the heck this was about. Turns out it's another one of those August 15th, 2017 accounts that Rob is used to using as sock puppets. I guess you went and renamed one of them then, Rob? Classy move there, buddy. You went and destroyed your own channel so that you could advertise AI-generated videos you presumably made of my disabled daughter getting run over by a train. The fact that you take any sort of glee in the idea of a child getting killed, much less a disabled child who, mind you, never did you any harm, it just speaks volumes
of the kind of low-life scumbag I've known you to be for months now. Keep showing the world what an asshole you are, Rob. Get some help already, dude, will ya?
Hey, it's Mike. I'm here at James's place.
Well, I'm here at James's place because I live vicariously through him.
I got this movie here, Elmo and Grouchland. It's Elmo. Maybe it'll be good, maybe it'll be bad. Probably gonna be bad because it's friggin' Elmo.
In other words, I decided to hate it ahead of time because I hate Elmo. And you should hate Elmo with me.
Let's check it out.
Now, this movie you're about to see is all about Elmo.
Wow, look at all those people.
Oh, he's talking to the audience.
Just like you're talking to the audience?
And like we're talking to the audience. Seemed okay for you to do it, Mike.
Nice cardigan.
I'm not wearing a cardigan.
You actually checked to make sure you weren't wearing one? You don't know what you're wearing on a daily basis?
That's stupid that they made him talk to the audience. What if you're watching it at home like me? I don't have a cardigan on. What does he think, I'm friggin' Mr. Rogers?
It's called imagination, Mike. Something Sesame Street always encouraged and endorsed for kids. And conversely, something which you lack. Like, completely.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4...
There's proof he's already determined to hate it.
You actually see him walking. Is that Tiger Woods in the poster there? Behind him? Elmo's bedroom has a picture of Tiger Woods.
So what? My friend Kyle has a picture of the red stripe guy in his garage. Does that mean anything weird?
So not only does Elmo have a poster, but he's also got a picture on his nightstand, too. And it's the same exact picture. Tiger Woods holding the trophy. Did he get that trophy for fucking his girlfriend in the ass?
Now be honest with me, Kyle. Did you fuck the red stripe guy in the butthole to get that picture?
More like the other way around.
Hooray, butt sex!
So the blanket is actually alive. That's a little creepy.
Yeah, nowhere near as creepy as a guy bringing up butt sex in a review of a Sesame Street movie. If only that was the last time you were gonna do that in this review.
Elmo has an idea. Elmo has an idea. Suck Elmo's dick.
If only that was the last time you were gonna do that.
Oh my god, what is happening? He's like,
Thanks for the play-by-play, Madden.
Yeah, it's very special to Elmo, Zoe. That's why Elmo's gonna take it home. It's a very special blanket for Elmo. Now don't fucking touch it, bitch, or I'll slice your fucking eyes out.
This is what happens when you don't get enough hugs as a child. You end up as an emotionally stunted 30-something man making dick and fart jokes with children's programming in the background.
Way to go, Mike. Hey, make Elmo say bitch again.
Not in a minute, Zoe. No. No, bitch.
Thank you.
Wait. Elmo wants his blanket back now. It's mine.
ooh, rip the blanket.
I don't think anybody would have noticed that without your clever insight, Mike.
Zoe! Look what you did! Bitch! Zoe's not Elmo's friend anymore. What? I'm not your friend.
I can't stop!
Oh, that looks really bad. Whenever you see a full body shot of the characters, it only lasts for like 2 seconds. There's never like a 30-second shot where you see them standing. They know that it looks so awkward that they have to get it off the screen as quick as possible because it just looks so weird and fake.
Yeah, these puppets are totally fake.
Yeah, not like those real puppets who bask in reality and walk among us humans and are totally real.
Damn those fake puppets, taking jobs away from those hardworking, living, breathing puppets. Damn them!
Okay, but where's Elmo's blanket? Where's Elmo's blanket? That bitch Zoe fucking ripped it. Just like I'm gonna rip her fucking head off later tonight when everybody's asleep. Elmo's blanket back! Elmo needs his blanket back now!
I fucking hate Elmo.
I'm gonna spare you. For the next couple of minutes of this review, he's gonna spend talking about how much he hates Elmo. Oh, and for good measure, he's gonna toss in a couple of more sex jokes in there.
Fucking annoying.
I want my blanket. I want my blanket. You can't have my blanket. You're not my friend anymore. Like, fuck you.
I know you'll find this hard to believe, but this is a grown man talking there.
Elmo sucks. Elmo's a piece of shit. Elmo has no self-confidence. Elmo's gonna fucking blow his fucking brains away with this gun. Elmo has to slit his fucking wrists. Elmo doesn't have a blanket. I have to slit my fucking Elmo wrist now.
Look at that guy's eyebrows. Look at how bushy his eyebrows are. If his eyebrows are that bushy, can you imagine what his ass crack looks like?
What? I mean, what? How do you go from eyebrows directly to butthole? Jeez! Shit, Mike! Why stop there? Hey, Kyle, can you imagine what it feels like to have your finger inside that hairy rectum of his?
Oh, could you imagine how tight that hairy asshole feels? Oh, man!
Yeah, to have your wiener trapped inside that hairy, disgusting ass!
And just to get your hands on that hairy intestines so you can squirm that hairy sperm hair all over his hairy hair?
Hair. Yeah, I'm convinced this guy's never seen a vagina in his entire life.
Like, ever.
So are those two married right now? Right there? Gordon and his wife? Imagine one day, like, I don't know, whatever, Cookie Monster's walking down the street and he looks in, like, their window on Sesame Street and, like, they're fucking each other. Or Gordon's eating her out. He's got his mustache and her pussy. Cookie Monster's looking in the window and Gordon's eating her pussy and Gordon's like, I'll show you how to eat a cookie. Ah!
You're right, Mike. That's totally less creepy than the talking blanket thing from earlier. What was I thinking?
I almost performed in the bus and truck tour of West Side Story. They said I wasn't right for Maria. What do they know?
This is so boring. Kids would not want to watch this scene.
Totally. Kids would rather watch Gordon perform cunnilingus.
So this whole movie is basically Elmo gets his blanket stolen, and then the fucking bad guy with the bushy eyebrows flies away to the top of his mountain, and Elmo has to walk over to the mountain. So it's kind of like the Lord of the Rings, but instead of a ring, it's a blanket, and it's all of the things that happen to Elmo along the way as he walks towards the top of the mountain. And you know what happens along the way every time?
You make another horrible sex reference?
Oh, no one has ever passed the ultimate challenge before, and you did it.
Ultimate challenge? Elmo's got an ultimate challenge. Try to put Elmo's dick and balls in your mouth all at once. That's Elmo's challenge. Try and do it. Try and do it in under 10 seconds.
See?
Okay, you know what? I've had enough of this.
Yeah, there's really not much else. That's the entire thing. Him making tired sex references, hoping that some idiot will be laughing his ass off. Here's his conclusion.
In the whole movie, I have actually figured out why Elmo wanted the blanket back so badly after all. I was kind of making fun of the movie the whole way, but I do think there is a really good purpose why he wanted the blanket back. I think it's because the blanket is his cum rag, and he jerks off onto it.
Now I can go home and jerk off onto my blanket all night.
Oh, what a surprise. Cum rag, sex.
I'd like to talk to you about video games today. I was looking through what I've played the most on Steam, and it made me reflect on how different my tastes are from yours, and yours from the next guy, and so on and so forth. There's no denying that in this day and age, there really is a game for each and every one of us. I am but one of millions of players out there. And yet, I seem to have increasingly found myself at odds with the gaming industry from around about 2015 onward, as it seems to progress further and further away from the kind of games that I enjoyed playing in my 46 years on this earth. I know I cannot possibly be the only one feeling left out here lately. Now, the naysayers will accuse me of being some sort of agent of the culture wars, whatever that means. But just because some brainless dolt out there says it, doesn't make it true. I remain true to myself long after most of you modern gamers have all sold your souls just to fit in, just to seem like you're hip and with the times, and just because you're willing to lap up whatever slop the AAA companies feel like serving you up. And yes, usually with humongous helpings of what the critical drinker would refer to as the message.
Am I averse to playing as a female protagonist? Absolutely not. I'm the guy who literally made a song about female leads in video games and how awesome those games happen to be. I've enjoyed Metroid, played Leona almost exclusively in the late 2010s, back when I still played League of Legends. I main Athena in King of Fighters. I love The Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom, where you play as a cutesy little chibi version of Princess Zelda. I can name hundreds more female protagonists in games, but we'd be here all day. But all these bad faith arguing naysayers will have you believe that I'm some sort of insane misogynist that loses his mind if you quote-unquote force me to play as a woman in any capacity in a game. That I'm simply some sort of anti-woman lunatic simply for suggesting that, yes, the game industry does seem to have taken a sharp turn away from fun and mechanics in favor of...
Put a chick in it, make her gay! And I want it lame!
Seems to me like we get fewer and fewer choices these days. Like the only games we get to play anymore are dark, gritty American, quasi-realistic gun or hack-and-slash type games, or ridiculously hyper-colorful generic anime game number 420,228. I'm not insane. The 3-hour commercial that the Game Awards pretty much was confirms it. Let's go through the whole list, shall we? The Witcher 4, now with an ugly version of Ciri. Generic samey anime-looking game. Dark gritty berserker game. Dark gritty zombie game. Ooh, football game. Looks super generic, though. Can't see this one being any good. Dark gritty first-person shooter. Game starring 2 female leads. Strong The Message vibes. This one's generic, samey, anime, and Western action. Why not just combine all of them, right? Hyper-colorful shooter with Western sensibilities. Yet another first-person shooter, Go to Hell. Expansion for Palworld. Dave the Diver 2. Generic, samey-looking anime game. Yet another first-person shooter, Go to Hell. Yet another first-person shooter, Go to Hell. Game of Thrones, I'd be interested if HBO hadn't already flushed all my goodwill down the fucking toilet. Pac-Man? Only now it's dark and gritty. Why? Oh, look, another modern plague of gaming. The billionth Stardew Valley clone, only this time with a Lord of the Rings facelift. Generic samey anime... Oh, wait, it's actually Final Fantasy VII. Yeah, generic samey anime looking game. Turok, someone get me a barf bag, please. Oh, just what the doctor ordered. A remaster of Lesbian Zombie Festival 2. I wish I was a fan of Onimusha. Honestly, it's nice to see something different for a change. Blanderlands 4. Oh look, more first-person shooting. Sonic Racing, ho-hum. Dark gritty chicks with guns. Game number... God knows how many of these exist by now. Just what I was hoping for, a game about moving! How exciting. Well, at least this looks like it might be passably fun. Dark grit... Actually, it's just dark. With guns. Literally the only thing that restored my faith in the industry. Ninja Gaiden going back to 2D pixel platforming, where it never should have left. Dark gritty gun game. Oh, now it's in the Arctic! Okami 2, welcome to gaming. Dark gritty gun game. Dark gritty gun game with clowns. Dark gritty mafia gun game. Hopefully fun, but it's giving off the message vibes. More shooting, only this time with mechs. Dark gritty adventure game. Yakuza 100 years ago. Netflix game based on Squid Game. This cannot be possibly anything but terrible. And of course, last but not least, Crime Against Humanity. Gee, thanks, gaming industry. Thanks for going out of your way to make sure that fewer and fewer games are made for people like me, and letting me know about it. The insane part about all this is that if I complain that they aren't making any games for me anymore, and that I don't buy these games that clearly aren't made for me, there's always the idiots out there who are going to be like, how dare you not like and support these games that aren't made for you? Don't you see? They aren't made for you. But what, I'm supposed to support them anyway? So to close, I would like to refer you to two very different types of philosophies when it comes to game making. Here it is. Be honest. Search your heart and answer me true. Would you rather buy a game from this guy? The guy who doesn't make games to set up a brand or achieve a certain quarterly quota of sales. He just wants his players to enjoy the games he makes and the worlds that he creates for them. Look it up. Sven Vincke, his admonishment of the game industry at the Awards 2024 was the only thing worth watching, aside from Statler and Waldorf ripping on Jeff Mountain Dew Dorito Hormel Keeley. Would you rather buy a game from this guy? Or would you rather buy a game from the guy who said, quote, "We don't use the word fun to describe our game"? Now, if you went with the latter, you are the problem. You are the virus that is destroying the industry. You don't enjoy games. You simply want to keep me from enjoying mine.
Hello, dear viewer. Today I would...
Any plans to review the AVGN movie?
Well, I'd like to... Hello! Have you seen the AVGN, the movie yet? And are you going to review it? As I said today...
Asa, I'm sure people have asked you to review it already, but...
I just want to...
I hope you get a chance to review AVGN's movie. It's pretty bad.
Yep.
Hey man, have you seen the AVGN movie? It's so fucking bad and despicable. It deserves a review from you. I mean, I could make a review, but I have like 0 subscribers, so that world be pointless. I hope you read these, and good luck.
Alright, okay, we'll do the review. But first, I have to warn you, I gotta be honest with you, unlike my detractors or the gaming media in general, I have to warn you, come clean, and say that there's a huge potential here for a biased review from me. I have to let you know, even if you don't know by now, that I am well known for having protested the Indiegogo campaign that helped fund this movie. I thought back then, and still do now, that James Rolfe wasn't thoroughly transparent about how he would use the extra funds he got that he hadn't asked for. His fans simply assumed that he needed the exact amount he was donated. There were no stretch goals, no real meaty prizes for the donators, and worst of all, nowhere in his donation campaign was there an actual option to buy a copy of the movie for your donation dollar. I thought it was a poorly run, fuck your fans in the ass, clear as mud campaign. I thought, moreover, that charging fans $15 to see a trailer with a Q&A at the end was particularly scummy. Now, I had predicted that the movie would flop, be only liked by fans and the people who actually participated in the production of the movie, and that it would be like an extended version of an episode of his show, specifically that it would be like his Rob episode, only longer. So the fabled AVGN movie that took 3 years to make finally made its debut in select theaters in the US and was met with a very lukewarm reception. Want to know why you haven't seen a flood of "Holy shit, go watch this movie right now" type reviews? Well, first of all, it took too long to be released. It was a huge mistake for his momentum to release a movie almost 2 years after releasing the trailer. Second, it was in few theaters, and although Cinemassacre wants you, the fanboys, to believe that it was this sold-out, super-duper, one-night-only special rare gala event, well, take a look at this. Yeah. Sold out to whom? The Invisible Woman and her extended family? Couldn't you seat these extra people, I don't know, here? Look at all those empty seats! And not even bringing Doug on stage helped draw a crowd. He made a movie for a subset of a subset of a subset of a demographic, and so you can't expect many people to have heard of or even given a shit about this movie. The only 2 reviews you can find on RottenTomatoes.com are from a huge fan of the show, and this website that sells Blu-rays. And even then, the guy only gave it a mild 7 out of 10 with a, well, he did okay type review. Quite a few fans even forgot he was making a movie. So in the end, did the fans get what they paid for? Well, that's where I gotta come out and say, this movie meets all expectations. Those of you who expected to love the movie, well, you did. And those of us who expected the movie to suck, well, we got validation as well. James Rolfe, in a weird way, ensured that anybody watching this movie got exactly what they were expecting out of it. The fans, well, they were already won from day one. No matter how much he abused their good faith, they were determined to love it. And those of his fans who actually liked his Rob episode, well, this movie is exactly like that. What with the kaiju and the giant mecha god that they were battling, even I must admit that was pretty cool. And, well, if you're a fan of the AVGN, you owe it to yourself to go watch this, as you're going to love the hell out of it. And those of us haters, well, there's enough in this movie to hate, trust me. Oh yeah, from the forced dialogue to the puerile jokes to the inconsistent video quality ranging from holy shit that's well done to wow, this driving sequence looks like it was ripped straight out of Toons' The Driving Cat. Costumes ranging from holy shit that's cool, it's a guy in a tank, to what the fuck are those? No. Please tell me those aren't supposed to be robots. And effects ranging from bad to worse to, oh come on, that's a fucking steamer basket with a painted roll of toilet paper flying out of it. You'll know what scene I'm talking about when you see it. I had expected the movie to be much worse than this, though. What he ended up creating was a bizarre blend of mismatched quality all throughout. The movie starts off on a serious note, talking about the history of Atari, and then immediately it dumps you into Campland 15 minutes in and progressively gets cheesier, dumber, and campier. The gags, you'll see each and every one of them coming ahead of time. When you see the context of some of them, you're going to roll your eyes and wonder how is this worth $327,000? This movie is the equivalent of wearing a top hat, a Hawaiian shirt, khakis, and clown shoes. It's so mismatched, so tacky, so ugly, you just can't help but stare at it until it goes away. This film tried so hard to be a trauma film, but even Lloyd Kaufman's cameo couldn't make it look more than the half-assed attempt at copying a style that it really is. And that's just the thing, this movie isn't horrible, it's not terrible, it's just bad. Even my friend Emmer, whom I watched this with, who has a special predilection for hyper-campy, super cheese-dripping movies, even he couldn't bring himself to love and enjoy this movie fully because the movie doesn't seem to know what it wants to be. It sends a lot of mixed signals. It's a serious discussion about the Atari landfill thing. Is it a hyper-cheesy alien film? Is it an AVGN review? What the hell is it? It's all of those and it's none of those. All mixed into one, and neither one of those done full-assed. I don't think AVGN himself realized just what kind of movie he was going to work out. He just made a movie. And that's made painfully obvious when you realize this movie has a 2-hour runtime. It's just long and drawn out. You could really chew the fat and bring that movie down to a clean hour and a half if you tried. But he wanted to put a little bit of everything in there, and little bit of everything doesn't always work. It's like leftovers, you know? So, bottom line, and in conclusion, I expected this movie to suck. It sucked. This guy expected to love the shit out of the movie, and he did. That's because he was the target audience. So, there you have it. If you're an AVGN fan, go watch this movie. And would I recommend this movie? Not on your fucking life. It's boring as hell. That's all I got to say. Till next time, dear viewer. I await the AVGN fans' hate right about now. Which is kinda sad when you realize that AVGN, all throughout his movie, portrays his fans as obsessed, zombie mentality, drooling idiots who'll buy anything he touches, and who will cling to his every word. How's that strike you, fanboys? At no point are the fans portrayed as competent. So we can strike taste from your list of attributes. $327K. Hope it was worth it to be mocked in such a manner by your hero. Till next time.